Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all have to jump straight into this. Just straight off the top, Tyrese is blowing me. Like, Tyrese has turned into such a Bama, and I never thought that I would have that to say about Tyrese. I never thought 30 years ago, the way I felt about Tyrese, that, you know what I'm saying, that I will be thinking the way that feeling the way that I feel about him right now, because he just has too much going on. Every time you turn around, it's something with him. Either he's crying about something, or complaining about the child support, complaining about the baby mother. You know what I'm saying? It's just always something with him. It's always something going on with him. So at this point, I'm sick of Tyrese. And I'm telling y'all, I never would have thought 30 years ago that, you know what I'm saying, 30 years later, that I would feel this way about this man. But at this point, just I don't want to hear anything else from him. Just, I don't want to hear nothing from Tyrese unless it's some music, or unless he's acting in a movie that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, at this point, I really don't care nothing about what else this man has to say, because he kind of just jumping out there all over the place, involving himself in situations that don't involve him. Now, what happened with this? I'm gonna read this, y'all. What happened with this is that Brian McKnight, talking foolish like he normally does, he came out and said something about his biological kids are, were a product of sin. So, of course, somebody saying something like that, a parent saying something like that about their kids who they abandoned. You know what I'm saying? And you talking like that about your kids. That's just some, I think everybody's mouth was, kind of left hung open after seeing this. Brian McKnight talking about his kids like this. But like I said, it's not the first time I've heard him speak ill about those kids. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was never a Brian McKnight fan, so I don't know much of anything at all about him outside of a few songs that he had that I liked back in the 90s. But I don't know anything about Brian McKnight. But like I said, I did hear maybe back a few years ago or whatever, some stuff that he had said about his biological kids. And I kind of, shook my head, said damn, and, scrolled on, moved on to the next story or whatever. Because like I said, I'm not a fan, so I really wasn't interested in anything Brian McKnight. You know what I'm saying? I kept on going. But I do remember seeing stuff and hearing stuff that he was saying about his kids, like in the blogs and stuff, but seeing and hearing stuff that he was saying about his kids. So now here he is again, all in the blogs and all in the news again, for saying that his kids are a product of sin. So like I said, for a parent to say something like that about their kids, so everybody's mouth pretty much kind of hung open, like, no, he did not just say that. You know what I'm saying? And he really did say that, and said that shit with a smile on his face like he does. Y'all, I can't stand Brian McKnight. But anywho, y'all, let me get on with it. So like I said, most parents and kids, because I couldn't imagine my parents saying something like that to or about me. You see what I'm saying? But, for him to come out of his mouth and say that. So Ricky Smiley, being the person that he is. Now, mind y'all know Ricky Smiley lost a son. He lost a son, what, about 2 years ago, maybe? About 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, he lost his oldest son. And you know what I'm saying? I know, because just like I said, I know that people hearing Brian McKnight speak this way, say stuff like that about his biological kids. You know what I'm saying? That hit a lot of people in the heart. And it hit Ricky Smiley in the heart. Just like I said, he just lost his son like 3 years ago. And you have your kids, he looking at Brian McKnight like your kid. You know what I'm saying? For you, what possessed you to treat your kids like that? Because one day you gonna be gone, them kids gonna be gone. One day somebody not gonna have each other. Why would you treat your kids like that? So Ricky Smiley extended, you know what I'm saying? Just extended a heartwarming, something to Brian McKnight's kids. Just letting them know that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody agrees with what y'all, what your dad is talking about. Nobody is agreeing with that. And just to let y'all know that y'all have family here. Like, we do care. He may have abandoned y'all, but we do care. We do care if you want to reach out and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Extending his hand and showing love like Ricky Smiley does. Because he's as far as what I know about Ricky Smiley and the things that I've heard about him, he's a good-hearted person. So for him to take his time out to extend that, to send that out to his kids, that hit him in the heart. You see what I'm saying? So Ricky Smiley did that, and then here come Tyrese wanting to come to Brian McKnight's, come to his defense. About what Ricky Smiley, like, why are you even in it? Why are you even in it? Like, why are you even saying anything about it at all? And that's what I'm talking about with Tyrese, because he did the same thing with Diddy's situation. Like, you jump out there and you put your a long post on top of that, defending Diddy and all of that. And then as soon as people started pulling his card about it, he deleted it. He deleted the post, and then gonna come back out there with a post saying that he wasn't defending him. He was just saying, nah, dude, it's too late now. Everybody already saw what you put out there, and everybody saw it as you defending him. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why this man's, you know what I'm saying? How close of a friend to Diddy are you? Because this man had closer friends than Tyrese. And there's a reason why you don't hear any of them saying anything. The only people that you hear coming to this man's defense is Tyrese and Stevie J. But this, another, we're not going to get on Diddy right now, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, with Tyrese, you always jumping out there at the wrong, always jump. I'm not even gonna say at the wrong time. You always jumping out there when you don't need to jump out there. Like, be quiet, dude. Like, sit back and be quiet. Y'all, I'm serious. I swear, y'all, I would not have thought that 30 years later I would be feeling like how I feel about Tyrese. Like, he's a woman. Y'all, and then on top of that, and then I'm gonna read this article, y'all. But then on top of that, like I was about to say, well, you know what? Let me read this article and let me try to keep it in my head because I'm buzzing right now. And if y'all seen any of my videos, I lose my train of thought very fast. So I might need to write that down somewhere. But I'm gonna come back into that. I want to read this article first, and then I'll come into what I was about to say, which y'all ain't even lying right now. I'm thinking about it and I can't even think of what it was. I really can't think of what it was that I need to say. So maybe it'll come back to me after I finish reading this article. And I also have not read the article yet, and I think that Ricky Smiley video is in it. And I know I won't be able to play a lot of it. I'll play a little clip of it or whatever, but I won't be able to play a lot of it because it'll be flagged for copyright or whatever, I'm sure. But anyway, y'all, so let me get to this article. So this is today, May 8th, and this is from Media Takeout. So what it says is that Tyrese hopped online to respond to Ricky Smiley after he posted a message to Brian McKnight's children, telling them he's there for them after the singer disowned them. I want to let you know that you have a lack of support out here. If anyone gets this message out to Brian McKnight's two sons and daughter, you are always welcome to the state of Alabama, where you have men and you have uncles and you have a lot of people that take on kids that have been abandoned by fathers. He said, you are not thrown away. You are not garbage. You are loved and you are to be respected. Since marrying and having a son with his new wife, Leilani, McKnight is refusing to be a father to his biological children. Tyrese saw the message and decided to weigh in. Can someone please get this message to Ricky Smiley? He uploaded the video chiming in on the ongoing issue with Brian McKnight and his family. I'm not addressing Brian or his wife. That's not my business. I'm not responding to a comment that Ricky Smiley made. Ricky Smiley, it's gloves off. Let's have a grown conversation about these dynamics. Really, Tyrese? Okay, and I'm not gonna click on top because I heard a little clipping of his thing earlier, and that was just like a few seconds because he was just sounding ignorant to me. So I'm not gonna click on that video. I'm sure y'all probably heard it by now anyway. So let me continue on with the article, y'all. So it says Tyrese continued There have been specific things done over the years that are nobody's business that had contributed to where they are. Man, kids out here be saying some effed up ish. Bruh, kids out here be doing above and beyond to cross you. I don't know what, man, or his kids or anything about anything. Tyrese is urging Ricky Smiley to stay out of Brian's relationship with his children as it's not his business. And the nerve of him for you to tell somebody to stay out of somebody else's business because it's not their business, but you're in business that's not your business. So how does that, you know what I'm saying? If Ricky Smiley was gonna put himself in somebody else's business, if that's how you felt, you should have let Ricky Smiley just put himself in that man's business and let Ricky Smiley and that man and whoever else, you know what I'm saying, that his family, whoever, let them deal with that. What made you want to jump in for something that's not your business? That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Like y'all, like I'm telling y'all, I'm really starting to y'all. Tyrese, I'm really okay. So this is the video that Ricky Smiley put. So let me see, is there any more? And it's not. And you know what, y'all? I'm not even gonna play this video with Ricky Smiley. I'm sure that y'all have already seen this too. So I'm not gonna play this because I don't feel like going through the copyright and flag and all of that. I don't feel like doing all that. So, like I said, y'all probably already seen the video. So yeah, y'all. So let me get on back to it. So now Tyrese, just like I said, you talking about somebody else putting their selves in somebody else's business when you're doing the same. Y'all, is this man on drugs? Like I never heard anything about Tyrese being on drugs or anything like that. And I'm not trying to say it disrespectfully, but I'm for real, because we know how these people in the industry are. We start seeing them falling out and all of that, and they ending up in the hospital, and all we hearing about is that they are dehydrated and they all of this. Then 20 years later, somebody write a book, come to find out they were coked out the whole time. You see what I'm saying? So just like I said, that's not surprising in that industry. A lot of them gotta be on drugs. A lot of them gotta get high to forget about what they, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that they've been through to get in the industry and the stuff that they're still having to do to be a part of the industry. And you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that they didn't want to do and stuff that they probably still don't want to do right now, but they being forced, you know what I'm saying? They being forced to do it. And then that's just like how I just y'all, I'm telling y'all, Tyrese. So all right, y'all. So let me move on because it was something. So then you know what I'm saying? All of this going on, and then look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He didn't escape to Europe. Well, that was a few days ago, but he didn't escape to Europe. What this headline say, y'all? Brian McKnight escapes to Europe with his second wife following backlash over disowning his older black children and calling them products of sin. Y'all, and see that's what I'm saying. Look at him do all that shit with a smile on his face, y'all. I can never stand this man. It was always something about him. I'm telling y'all, it was always something about him that made him so creepy to me. Like he just been, I don't like him, and I don't like him even more right now because if you're not gonna have a relationship with your kids, then just don't have a relationship with your kids. You stay over there, your kids stay over here if they don't want to have a relationship with you. And you know what I'm saying? Leave it at that. Why does he have to keep saying something? Is what you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, did one of his kids say something to him recently to make him say what he said? And not just to say what he said, but to make sure that it was all in the media and you know what I'm saying, all on the blogs and all of that to make sure that you know what I'm saying, what you said was going to be heard and seen, and you've accomplished that because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's so all over the place that he had people coming to his kids' defense. Just like I said, people out here, you have Ricky Smiley who just lost the son. You see what I'm saying? And to hear this man talk like this about, you know what I'm saying, about his kids. And then one thing too, one thing that Tyrese was saying, because you know the kids grown. His kids are over 30. I think they I know they over 30. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I was 30 years old And you know what I'm saying? My dad said this about me. You know what I'm saying? At 30 years old, you've been my father all my life. And you know what I'm saying? We might have had maybe a little falling out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But my father still would not have never said, I don't know of any parent that would say, you know what I'm saying, come flat out and do what Brian McKnight did. If any parent, I'm sure kids and piss parents off enough that they didn't have stuff in the back of their mind that they probably was, you know what I'm saying, some stuff that they probably was thinking about, but they wasn't gonna come flat out and tell their kids that, or the kid not gonna come flat out and tell the parent that. Like, what made him do that? So it doesn't matter how old those kids. It doesn't matter that they're grown kids. It doesn't matter. Just like I said, if I was 30 years old and my father that, you know what I'm saying, all my life came to said, I heard that he said something like that to me or about me, do you know how hurt I would be? Like, I'm for serious, I would be hurt, y'all. I would be so hurt. So you know what I'm saying? For them, because they're adults, that means absolutely nothing. Brian McKnight still should not have said what he should have said. You know what? His karma, yeah. Okay. So yeah, y'all. So I see. Let me click on that because I see that his ex-wife, and you know what I'm saying, his ex-wife and his son said something to, you know what I'm saying, about what he said, which they have all right to. And I don't think I'm gonna read this, y'all. I'm not trying. I'm just want to give my yeah, this kind of long, but this is his ex-wife and Julie McKnight and their kids, and then his what the two sons. So she has two sons by him, and then a daughter. He has a daughter. But yeah, y'all. So she has something to say about, you know what I'm saying, about what he had to say about them. And what I'm gonna put this up here, y'all. You know what? Let me read a little bit. Let me read a little bit of this, y'all, because I didn't, and I see some stuff that I kind of wanna so let me see. Let me read a little bit of this. Brian McKnight's son Nico, ex-wife Julie respond after he labels older children a product of sin. Nico revealed how Brian McKnight reacted to an attempted reconciliation while fighting cancer. Mm-mm-mm. And your son fighting cancer, and that's what you gonna do? Okay. Brian McKnight, boo. Y'all really don't like him now. But anywho, y'all, so Brian McKnight critics are calling for his cancellation once again amid the latest slander of his oldest children. Yes, please cancel him. Please. The coroner made a post praising his stepdaughter Julia for graduating, and he was called out for labeling her as his one and only daughter. McKnight has Brian Jr. and Nico from his first marriage to Julie McKnight, Brianna from a previous relationship, plus two stepchildren, Julia and Jack, and a toddler, Brian Kayani Michael McKnight Jr., okay, from his current marriage. He claimed that Julia understands the scriptures, promptly quoting Exodus 20:12, honor your father and your mother. Okay, so, okay, who is this? Okay, so this is the ex-wife, and she said the same God that you said honor your father and mother also said children are a gift from the Lord. They are reward from Him, and train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is older, he will not depart from it. Your children are a reflection of the work and prayers and spirituality and moral compass that parents pour into their kids. You disown kids that you created, and you are also against God, but judgment day is between you and your maker. So carry on. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this what this dummy said. God wasn't take hold on, y'all. Hold on. He messing me up. I was messing up anyway. Y'all know I'm buzzing, but what did he say? One, God wasn't taking about children that are the product of sin. Okay, I guess he meant talking. So, okay, so one, God wasn't talking about children that are the product of sin, which these are. I didn't raise them, their mothers did. Know the whole story before quoting the Bible. Uh, Take your inaccurate negativity off my page and try being happy. Y'all, I can't stand him. Oh, y'all, and I forgot he did one, two, three, four. So I just kind of just read it. I think I just wanted to just get off of him. So I'm not gonna read the rest of this, y'all. But you know what I'm saying? Like the nerve of him. And then just like I said, on top of that, your son fighting cancer. And that's how you gonna like what happened to make him feel the way that he felt about his kids. Like seriously, what happened to make him feel that way? Because that's just crazy. That's just crazy. It can't be. I can't think of anything that could be that bad that you would want to disown your kids. I can't think. I mean, well, I can think of some stuff, but his kids ain't probably ain't did nothing like that. Come on now. Come on now. So y'all, anyway, y'all. So his son, let me click on this right here real quick because Brian McKnight's son, he said something. He came back and said something to Tyrese because just like I said, Tyrese need to mind his business. He talking about Rickey Smiley and Rickey Smiley needing to mind his business when he doing the same thing because you hopping up once again. You're hopping up in somebody else's business that's not yours just to tell somebody else to mind their business. You know what I'm saying? He looking Tyrese looking crazier and crazier to me, y'all. I'm not lying. But okay, so anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna read this whole thing either, y'all. He did. Let me see. Let me go down to his. Okay, and this is Brian McKnight's his son that that replied to Tyrese after he came out trying to defend somebody. But this is what his son said. Tyrese used to sleep under our pool table when I was a kid. I know the '90s R&B brotherhood blood is thicker than anything, but you should sit this one out, champ. You have relationships to fix with your own children and your own past decisions you've made on behalf of I don't know what they say and power. The allegiance to those things. I mean, the allegiance to those two things is what keeps you guys from seeing that the only thing that matters in the end is family. Real men can see past the I want to say BS. He probably said that out. Okay, and then he said, "Let me stop though. This 46-hour chemo infusion has me ready to fade, Jody. That's not right." And and y'all, this man is going, cancer, cancer. And then Tyrese, for you to be, because I guess, did he not think that Brian McKnight's kids wouldn't come out and say something? You know what I'm saying? Is that what he thought? Because you know what I'm saying? You stay out of it. You stay out of it. And I can guarantee you that Brian McKnight, if not all of those, not all of those his biological kids reached out to Ricky Smiley or you know what I'm saying, maybe sent him, reached out to him some kind of way to thank him. I'm sure they did that. Because the same way he heard this nonsense that Tyrese talking about, you know what I'm saying, and the reason why, you know what I'm saying. I'm sure they reached out to I'm sure they reached out to Ricky Smiley, but that's just crazy, y'all. And then just like he said in here, he said that Tyrese had, he had relationships that he need to fix on his own with his kids, and that's what I'm talking about because didn't today I just saw this. I just saw this. But this right here, y'all, just today, you can see the date and the time and why he's over there worrying about somebody else being in somebody else's business. This is what he had going on. You see what I'm saying? You're worrying about somebody else in somebody else's business that doesn't have anything to do with you. Yet the stuff that you had to do, come on, Tyrese. Wow. Like, y'all, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm kind of amazed that I feel this way about Tyrese right now, y'all, because I told y'all I never thought that I would feel this way about Tyrese. 1990s me, when Tyrese first hit the scene with Sweet Lady and all of that, everything Tyrese, y'all. And this is what this is what you have going on right now. Like seriously. So I'm not gonna read this either, y'all. I don't know. I know she's slamming him or whatever. I probably end up. Well, then again, I probably won't end up making a video about him again. I definitely probably won't be making a video about this unless I feel it's something that I want to put my 2 cents in, like I had to with this, and with him and Brian McKnight. And you know what I'm saying, y'all? It's just crazy. But what I was saying, what I was getting into a little while ago, y'all, or what I wanted to say was that I started, like I said, I'm surprised that I actually feel this way about Tyrese, knowing how I felt about Tyrese for so long. But I'm noticing that since social media, I've really started to there's quite a few celebrities that I loved back in the day, y'all. I loved before social media was a thing. And then when social media became a thing and they got social media pages and they posting, and it was just, I don't know if it's like for me, if it's like overexposure or you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I've had to like actually unfollow a few celebrities, and you know what I'm saying, people that I thought that I would, that I wouldn't feel that way about. And now y'all on social media and y'all doing this and your name is coming up everywhere and you had this to say about this, and you know what I'm saying, all this type of stuff, y'all. And there's quite a few, artists and celebrities that I feel that way about since being on social media. And Tyrese has started to become one of them because now I'm still following Tyrese on social media, even all through all the crying, through all of him, you complaining about this and you got something to say about that, just always just having something to say about something. And I was still following Tyrese, but it's getting to the point that I might have to unfollow him too, at least for a little while. Just unfollow him for a little while and, wait and come back and see if he is back to his senses or if he's still doing the same Bama stuff that he been doing here for the past few years, because I'm just not feeling it. And I don't, I don't have to follow you or anything like that because I'm a fan of your music or whatever. I don't have to follow you for that, because if I'm not a fan of you, then I definitely don't need to be following you. And it's kind of getting like that with him, and that's I never thought that it would be like that. And like I said, I was never a fan of Brian McKnight, so I never followed him on any social media platforms. I don't even think I ever even Google searched him. Well, outside of today, because I knew that I was making this video, so yeah, I Google searched him a lot while making this video. But outside of that, I really don't care anything about what Brian McKnight has going on. But before I end this video, y'all, one thing that I did see, let me go over here to Instagram, and baller alert. Like y'all see on the screen, Brian McKnight's Detroit concert canceled due to product of sin remarks. And I don't know why this is not showing up on the side right here, but anywho, I'm sure y'all probably already saw it anyway and probably already heard it and all of that. But I was so glad to see that because Detroit not playing with you. And that's how all of these cities, all of these, you know what I'm saying? All of these towns and cities or whatever, that's how all of them need to be. Well, I can't say all of them because you have some of them that's more concerned about money. Detroit telling Brian McKnight straight up, they don't need your money. You see what they don't need your money regardless if they need it or not. They don't want you to come there. You come there thinking like that, and you come in there with the mindset like that, and you think you're gonna be singing love songs to people in my town. No, don't come here. So I'm really glad that Detroit blocked him from coming, and hopefully, I don't know, like I said, I don't follow him, so I don't know if he has any more concert dates or in any other cities or whatever coming up. But I hope that he does, and I hope that if that is the case, I hope every city that he's that's on his roster that he's supposed to stop in to perform. I hope they all cancel him. I hope they all cancel him because just like I said, he obviously he doesn't care about his kids' feelings. None of that is bothering him. Your son has cancer. You talking? None of that is bothering him. So the only thing that seems like is going to bother him is his pocket. So hit him where it's going to bother him. Hit him in his pockets. Because at this point, I really don't think anybody. I think everybody's just kind of just done with Brian McKnight. Even fans that he did have. I think the last go round with this, him talking ill about his kids, I think people were kind of done with him then. And then here you come again with, you know what I'm saying, with something worse than what you said the last time. So, just like I don't know, like I said, I was never a fan of Brian McKnight. I don't know what happened to make him feel the way that he feels about his biological kids. But either way, it's sad. And I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping that karma hits him quick. And y'all talking about canceling somebody. He needs to be canceled. He needs to be canceled. So again, kudos to Detroit. And I hope that wherever else he's scheduled to perform at, I hope they cancel him just like Detroit did. So, anywho, y'all, thank y'all for watching my video. I'm out.